Hey YouTube, this is a quick tutorial to get you familiar with gridding your tunes in Pioneer rekordbox. So without further ado, here we are, and yeah, this is rekordbox. So I've got a few tunes here in the Explorer tab on the left. I'll choose some of these ones, some unmapped tunes. So I've got a song here called Life's a Bitch by Catharsis, great tune. Now when you load it, you'll see it generates a waveform here. Now the red regions are bass hits and the other colours are mids and highs. So get your sound going and have a quick listen.
You get a second chance.
Okay, so this bit here, right there, that being the first drop, that's where I want to place my first downbeat. Now already it's put a red line there, so to map that, put the playhead near it by drag and dropping with the mouse, pressing Q, with quantize selected here, press Q, and it'll kind of like snap it to there. And go to the Q loop tab and press the memory button here. Now if you have a look up here, once you hit this memory button, you'll see this time code is here. So if you wander off to a different part of the tune, you can just hit that button and you'll go straight back there. So that's the first real meaningful part of the tune that we want to kind of map to get to. You also might want to map an earlier part of the tune, the intro, so let's have a look at this. Okay, so quite obviously that is a point of interest. Again, press the Q button here and then press memory. And it's instantly shifted that one forward and put the earlier one before it. So you've got this first one here. And the second one here. Really, two is really all you need. But hey, I might as well add a third while I'm here.
Life's a bitch and then you die.
Alright, go near it, press Q, and hit memory. And it's added this third one here. So that's one song. We'll do another one. I'll choose Apollo by Derek. It's an old favourite of mine.
Going up for landing, retro.
This intro is a lot harder to mix, so let's go to this first drop. Now look, in this tune, you'll notice the grid markers are actually off, because if we have a look in here, start of the song, this red line here, it should be here. So in order to set that, let's go to the first beat, downbeat, go to grid, set the first beat of a bar to the current position. This being our current position, I want to set it to here. So with that there, hit this, and you'll notice that these blue ones here shift over. That's good, you want that. Now that that's set, we can press Q, go to Q loop here, this tab, then press memory, and we've got that first drop. And just check the rest of the song. It's an interesting part. I think the rest of the song's okay. Yeah, those are kind of syncopated hits, so they will be off, but you can see that one's on, that one's on, that one's on. Yeah, okay, we're alright. Yeah, so that's basic gridding. When you're done, just delete that. Go to your playlists, make a new playlist. Playlists are really important for ordering your tunes, obviously. make a new one. Tech. Go back to your folder that you were working on. Now, again, if you have a look here, this says Q, and you can see the Q points here. So we want to take these queued songs that we've already prepared, drag them into the hard tech playlist. Take this USB. Now have a look down here in devices. You can see this USB is down here. Now look, it already had a playlist from a previous tutorial, but what I'll do is I'll update this playlist, demonstrating that you can have more than one playlist on the same USB, which is quite cool. You'll see this is exporting F. So it's this is the part where it actually copies the tunes onto the USB, so it's important that this succeeds. And that's successful, so that's good. We can now... Okay, another cool thing about rekordbox is it has this little eject thing, so it safely unmounts it, just like you would say in Windows. Hit that. Wait a sec. And it's gone from devices, so now you can safely rip this guy out and chuck it in your USBs and your CDJs. And on to the next part of the tutorial for how to use the Q loop call buttons on your CDJs. Thank you. Okay, so we've got our tunes on these USBs. The first time you turn your 850s on, it'll be in CD mode, so what you'll see here is disc and no disc. Now, this is pretty obvious, but I need to say it anyway. Put your USB in, hit that, and it'll load up. Now, if you'll remember on the last video, what we made is a playlist. So what we want to do is put it in playlist mode. Use this wheel here, go down to playlist, push the wheel in, and look, here's a playlist we made. And it's got our tunes here. Go over to the other CDJ, of course, do the same thing, put USB in, press USB, it'll say USB for a sec while it's reading it. It will have read it. Go down to playlist, dark DNB, and there we go. So we've got the same playlist loaded up on each thing. So I'm going to start on the left, so I'm going to load track 1 here. Now, first thing you notice are these little red dots here. Those are those cue points that we made before. Now, to navigate in between those two cue points, we've got these two buttons here, call. Now you'll notice if you push that, you can go to and fro. I will quickly turn my speakers on so you can actually hear what we're doing. Okay, so cool, we can hear what we're doing. So we'll go back to the first one. And okay, so we're going at 174. That's cool. So we'll start this playing. And we're instantly at that cue point. Let's say you want to go to that cue point. Press that. You'll see that the green thing is up to there now. So we can be pretty sure we're there. Plus the time code says 44 seconds. So instantly we're at the drop, and it's on the downbeat, which is where we put it. It's going to save you a bunch of time and make your life a lot easier. Now going over to this CDJ, we want to get track 2 ready, of course. Luckily they're the same BPM, probably because they're produced by the same person, and they're the same genre. And if I hit play, now that that's there, you'll see I hit those call buttons. And I move the mixer across. We'll go back. Takes a few seconds on these. The 950s are a lot faster, but the 850s are a bit slower. But yeah, you can see you've got full control over BPM and position. That's what I wanted to get out. If you want to learn how to mix, there's plenty of mixing tutorials out there. I'm probably not the best person to be teaching you, but this is how to get where you want to get as quickly as possible. So cue points are going to save you a lot of time. Thank you for watching.